Hey friends, Diane here. In this chapter I've been talking about the last couple of days called Coming Clean with God, Mr. Lucado turns us to the time in the life of the great King David when he was not acting so great. Not only did he sin greatly, but he also remained unrepentant, sadly. The author says, the man after God's own heart allowed his own to calcify. He suppressed his wrongdoing and paid a steep price for doing so. He goes on to tell us how King David's continued refusal to confess affected him physically. It affects every part of us also. Mr. Lucado tells us, bury misbehavior and expect pain, period. Unconfessed sin is a knife blade lodged in the soul. You cannot escape the misery it creates. The only way to be rid of it is to give it to God in an open, vulnerable, and honest confession, because when we confess, He is faithful to forgive us. We will suffer if we do not confess and get rid of our guilt caused by the sin. And even this pain is God's grace, because He does not want anything to come between Him and us. God created us to be in fellowship with Him. So anything that stops that from happening, God hates. This is one of the reasons He hates sin. It interferes with our relationship. The root and why we do not confess, of course, is pride. Once again, the only cure for this is humility. And so God allows the pain to humble us to the point where we are more than willing to confess. As I have been saying, confession is good for the soul, and it is vital for our growing relationship with God too. You want the abundant life? Then confess daily and keep this wonderful, grace-filled relationship flowing and growing. More tomorrow. See you then.